Hi, everybody. How are you? It is Lamarr Townsend, aka New Cleopatra, and I am here to do an energy channeling conversation with none other than the Queen herself, Cleopatra. You guys have been asking for this for so long, and I had to come. I had to give you guys everything. I had to give you guys, a full face. I have not been in drag in so long, and I felt like the perfect time to come back into drag would be with the queen herself, Cleopatra. We're going to talk about the year 2024. So I want to go ahead and get right into it. I don't want to take up too much of the queen's time. Thank you all for being here. If you're new to my channel, I'm Lamarr Townsend. I'm a psychic and energy channeler, a tarot reader, an astrologer, and a drag queen. Thank you all for being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And I am available for personal readings later if you would like a reading. Definitely text me at 703-791-9162 if you would like a reading. The best place to book a reading with me, however, is on my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. This is my website, so once you've reached this page, you know you're on the right page. You can scroll down and read reviews from people who have purchased readings from me. You can also follow me down here on Instagram and Facebook. And if you would like your own reading, go right to the store section. This is where you would go to view all the rates, services, products, classes, candles, and different types of things I do offer, and I do offer quite a lot. I offer phone readings, I offer video recorded readings, I offer past life readings, mediumship readings, birth chart readings, candles, classes, protection candles, money candles, astrology classes, tarot classes, blockage removal candles, tarot classes. I also offer dream interpretations and so much more. I also offer spiritual development classes. So if you'd be interested in any of those things, then definitely check out my website, lamartownsendtarot.com. So without further ado, you all, I want to go ahead and bring forth the energy of Cleopatra. Do not want to waste any more time. We're going to be talking about the year 2024 because the year 2023 is slowly but quickly at the same time coming to a close. And I thought that I'd come on and see what does Cleopatra have to say for us about 2024, child. Is there anything we need to be mindful of? Is there anything that we need to watch out for, child? Are the aliens gonna, bombard the Earth? I just want to see what Cleopatra has to say. It's always good to hear what she has to say. So let's go ahead and get right into it. And do a quick singing bowl. Thank you, Spirit, for opening up a channel so that I can connect with the energy of Cleopatra. Thank you for bringing forth the energy of the Queen Cleopatra. Thank you for Cleopatra telling us what prophecies, what things we need to know about the year 2024. Thank you for protecting Cleopatra's energy as well as my energy, my thoughts, my mind, and my emotions, my space, as well as those watching this video. Amen, amen, amen. All right. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and see what Cleopatra has to say. She sits down right in front of me. She says, "Long time no see." Yes, yes, very much long time no see. Well, kinda. I mean, she's always around me, as I always call on her, but long time no see in terms of chatting. She says, "I have some things to say." She says, "First of all, I want to address your audience." She says, "I want to thank them for their fervorness," she says, "for calling on me, for keeping my name alive, and for believing in Egypt and believing in my reign. Thank you for continuing my legacy," she says. "Thank you for continuing with my work, continuing with my art," she says, "continuing with my knowledge," she says. "Thank you for utilizing it. Thank you for uncovering it. Thank you for discovering it." She says, "I just wanted to get that off my chest as we haven't talked in a while," she says. And she says, "I want you all to know that even though we haven't talked in a while through Lamarr," she kind of points to me, or New Cleopatra, she says, I want you all to know that I'm still listening. I still hear you during our intimate moments, she says. So she's acknowledging that a lot of you have had some intimate moments with Cleopatra, and I know that to be true because I've had quite a few of you contact me during personal readings or for personal readings to connect with Cleopatra, or Cleopatra somehow comes up. So she is acknowledging her personal connection to all of you all. She acknowledges that this year has been a tough one and will continue to be a tough one. She says the sun, in particular, has, she says, made itself known this year. She says the sun god Ra of Egypt, she says, is not happy. She says Earth is in a state of havoc right now. She says almost like as if this is no surprise to you. Earth is in a state of havoc. Earth is in a state of deep transitional change from the inside out. She says, as many of you are experiencing, or as many of us, she says, are experiencing deep change from the inside out. She acknowledges that there's been a lot of spiritual journeys and spiritual transitional journeys. And what I think she means by that is there's been a lot of deaths. Like the death toll has risen, she says. She says the death toll may continue to rise in 2024. Um, she says while the sun was prominent in 2023, water will be more prominent in 2024. She says you got a little taste of that in the year 2023, but water will become even more prominent in the year 2024. She says whether it's due to, and she kind of uses this as an example, whether it's due to rising sea levels or lowering sea levels, whether it's due to sinking cities, or whether it's due to certain places, um, flourishing, she says, with an abundance of water. She says in a way, she says it kind of like this: water's gonna pick and choose how it chooses to interact with each land. She's kind of like giving me the energy of like she's almost like saying, "Are you saying Cleopatra?" Sorry, I got some hair stuck in my eyes. Are you saying Cleopatra that like it's almost like you're saying like each body of water has its own personality? And she says that's exactly what I'm saying. Bodies are living. That's what she says. She kind of says it just like this: living bodies of water. That's why they call it that, living bodies of water. Living bodies of water move. They're sentient, she says. You can tell when they're angry, you can tell when they're calm. She says they feed off of energy, they feed off of nutrients of what's in the water, so they eat. They experience temperature changes. She says water is a sentient being. Bodies of water are sentient beings. Well, I'm shook. All right. She says the sun is also a sentient being. Despite what you may think, she says. She says it like this: Earth is at a pivotal point. Earth is at a pivotal point where change is necessary from the inside out. Once again, signifying that Earth is going through a change from the inside out, but also we as humans need to go through a change from the inside out, is what you're saying? She shakes her head, nods her head, yes. She says, absolutely. She says certain treasures will be unearthed in the year 2024 as a way of kind of piecing in the pieces, certain pieces of the puzzle. So she says expect new discoveries in the year 2024. She's kind of going, there's something with sand or sand cities near a lot of sand, maybe like Egypt or where there's a lot of sand. It's almost like she's saying there's something with like sand, or like there's something going on in the undercrust of Earth that is going to start to cause, she says, like almost like potholes in Earth. Like potholes you would Fonzie. Like potholes you would see like on the road while driving. She's almost like saying there's something about there's potholes kind of developing under Earth under certain territories. I feel like there's something where there's a lot of sand. She says Egypt. Almost like, are you saying Egypt will be one of these places? She kind of nods her head like as if saying like unfortunately yes. She says it will be tough to combat these changes. It will be tough to combat these earth changes, these weather changes. She says it just like this: as these are circumstances outside your control, outside of your human control. She says humans are getting more in touch with their inner selves. Humans are communing more with spirit, their spiritual selves, their spiritual body, their spiritual essence. She says humans are going to start to find their callings sooner, or it's almost like she's saying more often you're going to see humans finding their calling, potentially leaving their jobs, leaving their hometowns, their states. She's almost saying like there's something about Earth where it's going to need the collectivity of humanity to save it. And she's almost like saying like fear not. She says it like this: fear not, or I want to translate that almost as to saying like keep in mind or remember. She's like almost like saying it that way. It's like fear, or so she says fear not, but it's like she's saying like keep in mind or remember that Earth will go on without you. So she's saying despite whether or not, humanity makes it or whatever happens with humanity, Earth will continue on without you. Um she's almost like showing me a scenario. It's almost like there's something where she shows me where like Earth could almost like break into pieces. It's almost like, I don't know if this is a metaphor she's showing me. Is this a metaphor you're showing me, Cleopatra, or she's saying it's both a metaphor and reality. She says, I don't mean to scare you. I don't mean to fear you, she says it like that. I don't mean to scare you or fear you, but Earth is at a very vulnerable point, she says. It's very susceptible to attack, she says, whether through the cosmos or other entities. She says your governments are not prepared. She says humans are playing with some dangerous things. They're delving into certain territories that they should not delve into. She's saying this is above the skies and below the seas. She says in 2024 this is going to become more apparent. She brings the focus on robotics and AI. She's saying like robotics and AI will be a big focus in the year 2024. Everything becoming digital, she says. She kind of goes like this, like digital coins or something like that, like digital coins. Like, are you saying like a Bitcoin or something like that, or she kind of goes, yeah, kinda. She says coins in the digital world, so she's almost like giving me the energy of like coins in like a VR world, or like like a metaverse or something like that. Almost like saying like there's something like put protection over your door, put protection over your front door. Like I definitely want to say put protection over the front door of your home, your apartment, whatever it is, your dorm room. If you can. If you can't do that, I want to say put protection underneath your bed. I don't care if it's a crystal, a cross, or something you make, or whatever protection symbol, an evil eye. It could be herbs. Like there's something about for the year 2024, like protect your home, she says, and she makes almost like a symbol. It almost looks like a cross, but it's like she's making like some sort of symbol in the air, like protect your home. She says it like this, and I gotta adjust in my seat there, girl, because I heard that. She says evil lurks. Evil lurks, she says. It's almost like saying it like a slogan. Hold on, let me put the microphone back in um frame, Cleopatra. She's almost like saying in 2024, protection over your door. 2024, protection over your door. Like there's something about that. I'm happy because I already have protection over my door, so I ain't mad at it. Cleopatra. Thank God I'm already ahead of the game. She says, "Peace, be still. Peace, be still." Almost like she's saying if there's a stillness in the air, like peace, be still. Like she's almost like saying, be grateful for the still moments in life. Because she's saying there's so much there's so much going on in the world. Be grateful for the stillness of life, she says. She says take a lot of pictures. Photographs, she says, photographs. She says photographic evidence. She says reality shows. Something about reality shows. Like she kind of goes like this, like coming to a head, or it's almost like exposed. Like there's something exposed about maybe reality shows or reality TV. All right. She says fashion industry suffers in 2024. She says maybe okay, now it's making more sense as to why you said protection over the door. She says potentially, I'm gonna say alleged for YouTube entertainment purposes, because y'all know how YouTube is at least in 2023. All right, maybe they'll get more lenient in 2024. I don't know, but she's almost like saying there could be potential, robberies in 2024, invasions in like of the home, of the business, things of this nature. I hear the words political. There could be something political about that as well. That aspect, that energy. She says, but peace be still. Child, I feel like she's like Maya Angelouing us right now. I live for it, Cleopatra. All right. She says balance. Balance needs to be restored on Earth. She says there's a great imbalance. There's a great spiritual imbalance. She says, "Oh wow." She says it just like this. Cleopatra, you're gonna about to, you're. I don't know if I want to shout or cry right now, girl. She always gets my emotions all over the place. Oh, okay. She says that the Earth. She says it this way: the Earth needs more light. The Earth needs more light. Light energy. She says the sun, light, sunlight. Something weird just happened as I said that over here. I don't know if you guys heard that. She says, "Why do you think the sun is such a force this year in 2023? The earth needs more light. There's something about light work, but there's also something tangible about light itself. And light being able to permeate into the darkness. The fact that earth itself kind of like feeds off of light or requires light in order for growth, on earth, for humans to grow, for crops to grow. The earth needs more light," she says, "but it needs more light from within. It needs to illuminate from within," she says, "just as you all do and we all do as human beings." She says illumination, the ability to have a light shine bright from within, she kind of says. The ability to sustain oneself, she says, just based on their own light. Illumination, she says. She says you are all illuminants. And she says Earth is the illuminator. She says don't forget that you are a part of Earth. From Earth you came and from Earth you lay. Back you lay down too. She's saying, the issue is technology, and this is why she's kind of explaining now. This is why when people say technology is such a bad thing, it's because technology has created a disconnect between humans and Earth. You forget that you are a part of Earth because you now live in a technological digital world. She says a made up world, a holographic world. She says that's the real holographic world. When people say we live in a holograph or, things like that, she says that's what they mean. She kind of like digs in the dirt. She says, but this is real. She kind of like digs up some dirt, and puts it in her hand. This is real. This is Earth. This is tangible. This is not a holograph. She kind of like holds it in her hand and like, turns it around. This is real. This is like, 3D, 3D stuff here, kind of, that's kind of what she says. She says, she kind of looks at the camera and she's like, you've lost touch with that. You've lost touch with that part of yourself. And she says, and they've made you scared they've made it so that you're scared of that part of yourself. You're scared to go outside now. There was the COVID, she says, and then, there's so much going on out there that you never know, if you're gonna make it back or if you'll make it back alive or, it's like, she says, never forget that you're a part of Earth. She says that's what they've been trying to do this whole time. The powers that be, they've disconnected you all from Earth. And she kind of goes, but now they see the error of their ways. She says Earth needs you just as much as you need Earth. She says so Earth feels that disconnect as well. And she says Earth is crying out for more light beings. She kind of goes like this. She kind of goes like this. And that's the aliens. That explains the aliens. She kind of goes, despite what you think, some of those some aliens are light beings. Some aliens are meant to come here to bring light to the world, light to Earth. She says the word civilizations, and eons. Civilizations and eons. She uses those words. She looks up and she says the stars. She says those three words: civilizations, eons, and the stars. She's kind of starting to pull her energy back. So I can tell she's kind of like winding down and the conversation's almost coming to a close. Is there any other things you wanted to tell us, Cleopatra, before you leave? She says yes, 2024 will be a year of the awakening. She says 2024 will be very political or politically based. She says she says it this way. There are real world problems right now. She says this isn't frilly folly or like fluff. She uses like some word like that, but it starts with an F. I don't. I feel like sometimes she goes like kind of in English, but then she goes into like different languages. I feel like, but she did speak multiple languages, so she's like, this isn't just like fluff, political talk we've got here. We've got real world problems. We've got, sea levels rising and lowering. We've got sinking cities here. We've got, civilizations being lost, new ones being discovered, new species being discovered, certain species becoming endangered. We've got things going on in the sky. She goes like that. We've got real world problems here, and it's time to start paying attention to the real world problems and not be distracted by the distractions, or not being distracted by the small problems. The celebrity, fluff, the distractions, she says. She says, I think I'm done, and I just heard my AC cut on, so that was almost the cue, as if she's saying, and I bow out. All right, Cleopatra. Well, thank you so much for giving us clarity and insight on the year 2024. We thank you so much, as always, for allowing us, allowing us to commune with your energy. But thank you also for spending time with us. We sent you back from where you came with love and light, and we ask that she's always protected as always. Thank you all so much for listening and watching. Thank you for spending this time with me. I had a lot of fun having this conversation with Cleopatra. And I'm glad that she gave us a little bit of insight into 2024. Now, I might do a part two. I'm not sure if I'll do a part two here on YouTube, or if I'll do it on Patreon, or if I'll do it for the YouTube members, or if I'll do it for the YouTube members and maybe the Patreon members. I'm not sure. I'll figure it out. But yes, I'm so glad I was able to have a conversation with Cleopatra again. I know you all missed her, in the conversations we had, and we've had quite a lot of conversations. So it's so good to have have her back. Thank you all for listening and watching. It's good to have new Cleopatra back too. I'm sure a lot of you all missed me. But here I am in the flesh, honey, and I thank you all for listening and watching, and I will see you all soon. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and if you want your own personal reading, I am available today, right now, at lamarrtownsendtarot.com. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Text me at 703-791-9162 for a reading. I do have a WhatsApp for international clients as well. All right? Love and light. God bless. Catch you all later.